very convenient and nice premises of Goethe Institut. Yes, Indo-German Development Cooperation since 60 years, more than 60 years, and Chennai has always been a place where this cooperation was very intensive. Madras, as it was called at the time, in 1958, I think saw the opening of the Indian Institute of Technology, and maybe if we look a little bit further than Tamil Nadu, there was also the Rourkela steel plant, which some of you might still remember, which was the first project financed by KfW in India in 1958, as far as I know. But of course there are other projects and initiatives that have been taking place in these many years. You will see the highlights and some pictures of those flagship projects later on in the exhibition. But let me just mention a few. There's the, as I said, the Indian Institute of Technology here in Madras, which is still renowned. There was the polio immunization program in 1996. There was the National Health Insurance Scheme in 2008. There were some flagships that are still going on and that have been agreed upon highest political level between the Prime Minister of India and the German Chancellor, as for instance the solar partnership or the green energy corridors that link renewable energy producing plants to the national grid. So in the overarching goal of this Indo-German Development Cooperation, as it is practiced today, is supporting the Indian government in protecting global goods. And the most important global good that we are really dedicated to support the Indian government with is climate. And therefore, we are engaged in renewable energy, in energy efficiency, but also in sustainable urban transport that helps Indian cities to produce less greenhouse gases in their need to develop public transport. So that translates into financing metros, bus fleets, water ferries, and also non-motorized transport in order to get people to really use these public transport systems. So the overarching goal is protecting the global good of climate, and to a lesser extent other global goods like biodiversity, where Indo-German Development Cooperation is also engaged. Projects that we are actively pursuing in this state, and with a little perspective on the projects that are upcoming. Well, maybe some of you know the Sustainable Municipal Infrastructure Fund, also Tamil Nadu Urban Development Fund called. It's a 100 million euro fund signed in 2014 that helps Indian municipalities in Tamil Nadu here to finance infrastructure projects with positive environmental and social impacts. Again, related to the overarching goal of protecting the climate. The second project I want to mention here in Chennai is the Water Production and Demand Management Program, also a 100 million euro project, which is addressing water production in Chennai, also through the construction, the funding of a desalination plant with an envelope of 150 million euro. The third project I wanted to mention, where KfW is actively engaged in Tamil Nadu here, is the green energy corridors. I said before, those are power lines that serve to connect renewable energy plants, so solar powered generation plants, to the national grid, so that the renewable energy that is produced can also be consumed and be used of the consumers. This is also an 80 million euro project and still going on. So those are the three big projects we are at the moment pursuing in Tamil Nadu here. And as far as upcoming projects are concerned, we are very far in the preparation of a project that will modernize the bus fleet of Tamil Nadu. It's in total a 900 million euro project, of which we are supposed to finance almost more than a quarter, which is 260 million euro. And from this funds, about 2,700 modern energy efficient buses will be procured, of which 500 buses are purely electric buses. We hope to sign the project agreement, the loan agreement for this project by mid of this year. The second project in Tamil Nadu that is upcoming is a study on mass rapid transport in Coimbatore. Of course, this study, once the results are there, will serve to identify the options or the options that will be retained in the study will hopefully be financed and funded by KfW as well. But there we do not have any numbers yet because, as I said, the study is still going on. And last but not least, we have had the pleasure this morning to attend the presentation of the Mega Streets program, which is upcoming in Tamil Nadu and where KfW might also be interested to participate in the funding. So far, the activities of German Financial Cooperation, represented through KfW, development bank, but of course, much better known to many of you, probably our sister, GIZ, who is taking care of the technical cooperation, and they do implement and follow so many projects in Tamil Nadu that I will only give you.
Very good evening. Thank you for the invite to the occasion. Tamil Nadu, I think, the Indo-German Cooperation goes back a long way. In Tamil Nadu, it has been a more recent project, if we leave out the IIT. Tamil Nadu, as we know, is the most urbanized large state in India, second largest economy after Maharashtra. And with this, we have great challenges to provide a good quality of life to our urban citizens. And this has been the area of focus of cooperation between KfW and the government of Tamil Nadu. So starting with the urban municipal infrastructure program in 2012. In phase 1, it was a small component, about 80 million euros, I think, and with the successful completion of that project, it moved on to the phase 2, and that was a much larger one. I think that was nearly 200 million euros. So the cooperation on providing basic infrastructure, be it water supply systems, underground sewerage systems, creation of new water sources in municipal areas, these will be the focus of the Municipal Infrastructure Finance Program. And from there, we have moved on to bigger projects, which is, some of them are concentrated in Chennai, which is of course one of the largest urban agglomerations in India. So within Chennai, water, we have always, Tamil Nadu unfortunately has always been a water deficient state, so also Chennai. So towards meeting the water security for people of Chennai, the 150 MLT desal plant, hopefully we expect work to start sometime this year on that plant. The other one is, of course, we started working a lot on climate resilience in Chennai after our experience of the 2016 floods. So we're now working on macro drains in Chennai, and KfW is also cooperating with us on that project. So we started off with one project south of Chennai on redesigning the micro drains. Also technical cooperation from GIZ on the Buckingham Canal. Then the green initiative on the bus project, of which I can say I have had some part to play in. Very glad to play a part in that project. We hope that we can kick off that project towards the second half of this year. So while it's not about just financing from KFW, more than that, the financing of course matters, but I think more than that, what we look forward to is the technical cooperation, the learning from Germany, which comes with the financing, the technical expertise from GIZ, not just of these projects, whether it's in Coimbatore or Chennai, and that matters a lot. We look forward to a lot of that cooperation. We can also look forward to cooperation in other sectors. So while we've been working on urban finance and urban infrastructure, we'll be working on climate resilience projects. Probably we can also look forward to working on skill training. Germany is probably one of the most successful nations in the world to have had a very successful vocational education, skilled vocational education projects. So probably that's one sector that we could look forward to. Because Tamil Nadu, again, being a very urban state, there is a need for skilling of the skilling of our students in sectors which are more relevant to an urbanized state. So I hope we have a longer fruitful cooperation and many more projects to look forward to. Thank you for having me here.